Good afternoon, you all, especially Mr. Sosa and classmates. Um, Today I'm gonna talk about an interesting topic that people have to know about it, and maybe you already know about it, but this is very important because you can be sentenced to jail if you're not accomplishing what you should do and how you should do it. So this is plagiarism. Okay. First, you may ask what's plagiarism. Many people think of plagiarism as copying another's work or borrowing someone else's original ideas. But terms like copying and borrowing can discuss the seriousness of the offense. Okay, when I say borrowing or copying someone's idea, it's because, for example, think that you have your own idea. You have been working for a long time, and being you have been doing tests and trying to solve it, and then someone comes and says, no, this is what I did. You will be no, oh no, you didn't do that. I did it. So um you have to know about the definition. Okay. um According to the Merriam-Webster online dictionary, to plagiarize means to present as new and original an idea or product derived from an existing source, to commit literary theft, to steal someone's work, to use another's production without creating the source or work by not citing it, or to steal and pass off ideas or words of another as one's own. In other words, plagiarism is an act of fraud. When I said fraud, is pure fraud because you are stealing someone else's work, and it involves both stealing someone else's work and lying about it afterward. But how can we prevent it? But I have a more interesting question about it. But can words and idea really be stolen? Okay, ask yourself: can someone else steal your work or your ideas? But because you may think, but I have my own ideas too, so this will be a conflict. But that's why you have to cite everything. And according to the U.S. law, there's an answer for this, and the answer is yes, because the expression of original ideas is considered intellectual property and is protected by copyright laws, just like original invention. Almost all forms of expression fall under copyright protection as long as they are recorded in some way, such as a book or a computer file. How I said before, the best way and the only way of prevent of being stole or copy your idea is by um, recorded in in a book or a computer. So someone else come and said, "Oh no, I think of this first." You say, "No, here's my work. Here's what I have done, and you cannot do this." Now you may ask what is considered plagiarize to plagiarize, and some examples of that are considered plagiarism is turning in someone else's work as your own, failing to put a quotation in quotation marks, giving incorrect information about the source of quotation, changing words but copying the sentence structure of a source without giving credit, copying so many words or idea from a source that it makes up the majority of your work, whether you give credit or not, and copying words or idea from someone else's work without giving credit. And most of these cases of plagiarism can be avoided for real. However, you can do this by citing sources. Simply acknowledging that certain material has been borrowed and providing your audience with the information necessary to find the source is usually enough to prevent plagiarism. Um, how I said before, if you want to prevent being sentenced to jail, because this really happening, and you have to cite it. You can cite it by using APA or many other citation sources. You can use quotations. You can say according to Nelson Mandela, and you have to put the name, the year, the book or where was written, and you have to prevent it. Okay, and something else. We're just talking about sayings and work, but what about images and videos and music? Do you think that this can be considered plagiarism? First of all, using an image, a video, or a piece of music in your work that's not really yours, it also is considered plagiarism, because if you use a video or piece of music in a work you have produced without receiving proper permission or providing appropriate citation, it's considered plagiarism. Okay? There are many activities that are very common in today's society. Despite their popularity, they still count as plagiarism. And there are some examples. For example, performing another person's copyright music, like playing a cover. If you sing someone else's song and you don't say this guy's song, composing a piece of music that borrows heavily from another composition, making a video using footage from others' videos, or using copyright music as part of the soundtrack, copying media, especially images, from other websites to paste on your website, or by putting in the cover of your book. Okay, this is also considered plagiarism, and you may pay a lot of bills or money in your country if someone gets in trouble with you. And the legality of these situations and others would be dependent upon the intent and context within which they are produced. The two safest approaches to take in regard to this situation is, first of all, avoid them altogether, or confirm the work's usage permission and cite them properly. In conclusion, plagiarism is considered act of fraud. So there are many ways to prevent it: by citing it, or to avoiding using their work. But if you want to prevent it, you have to do some research. You have to be looking for website or reading books that said that this one not said by someone. Because you may think that this was your idea, but probably this was already written since in the 20s. So I can say that I suggest that you should consider this, and you should avoid these type of problems. And if you are using someone else's work, or you are you have an important work to do, and did you think that this is very interesting to say, you should cite, and it's better for you because the teacher would think, oh, he has been doing research about it. He's very interested the about the project. So I suggest that you should cite and not plagiarize. Okay. Thank you for your time, and have a good evening.